Okay, now we're doing a project that's called Seasonal Fun. In the fall, I do something with a pumpkin. And in the spring, I usually do something that has to do with springtime. And to me, I think about spring break coming up and how much I love to go to the beach. And I thought about what I could do. What we're learning about this is like the area of emphasis and how we can draw the viewer's eye to the most important thing or object that we think is on that piece of artwork. So what you'll use like directional lines to be able to do this, and you'll use things that represent spring, or you can choose a different subject matter. It doesn't necessarily have to do with seasons. You could, like, I have a beach ball right here. If you wanted to do a sports theme, maybe this is a basketball, and then in each of these rays coming out from it could be things that pertain to basketball. If you did football, it could be like a football helmet and everything that comes out from the football helmet. Um, it could be a book if you wanted to, that's drawn right here and then has rays coming out from it, and then you do everything that illustrates that book or different books within the rays. So the main thing you're learning is how to use lines of directional lines to keep the viewer's eye on an area of emphasis. And on this, the ball is the area of emphasis, and everything that are in the rays are things that represent the beach. Okay, I have a beach ball, I have sand on the beach, I have seashells down here, I have the ocean, and on the horizon line you can see these sailboats. Even though sailboats, if they were that far back on the horizon line, you'd never see them because they're teeny tiny. But you those are sailboats. Then I have buckets, sand buckets. And then I have like a sky with clouds, surfboards, rays of sunshine repeated over and over, a little beach tool sand rake, nighttime sky, and I don't know what I put over here in the corner, but I guess it's just something to balance out those colors. I'm going to show you how to go through the steps where you draw it with pencil first, then go over it with Sharpie. Then you're going to fill in the rays to represent whatever your theme is. And then I'll show you how to use marker and water to blend the marker to be able to fill your image with color. So here we go. I am going to lay this to the side. So to the left or right, it doesn't really matter, you want to draw your main object. Mine is the ball. Okay, so I'm going to draw dark. You need to draw lightly so that you'll be able to erase it. You're just gonna, you want it like a circle that goes round and round. And you can, I drew mine before this so that I could get this done quickly, but you want to make sure that you draw yours lightly. I'm just doing this so you can see it. Now the stripes on my ball, I do this circle up here where all the stripes come to, or it's really an oval from our point of view. And then I'm drawing one that's curved up there, then it curves back the opposite way a little bit, and then it curves this way. All right, then I'm going to do a horizon line. I'm going to put my ruler down, and about a third of the way up I am going to draw a horizon line, and I'm going to draw the line going all the way across. I'm going to make it darker right there. I don't know if you can see it right here. And then I'm going to put a dot for kind of like the vanishing point that one we did, but we're just going to have this where the rays come out from it. And I'm going to draw a series of rays coming from that, but I'm going to put my ruler on the vanishing point right here. And I'm going to draw from the edge of the ball. Okay? Then I'm going to put my ruler on the vanishing point. I think I'll go like the width of the ruler. I'll let the width of the ruler touch right here just to give me a guideline, and put my ruler on the vanishing point. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this edge of the ruler on the where this intersects the ball, and this one on the vanishing point. Then I'm going to keep going and do the same thing. Put one side on where this line intersects the ball and one on the vanishing point right here. See, I'm letting it touch there and here. And do one more. So then I'm going to I'm going to outline that in Sharpie, but at this point I can get rid of this. Okay, now at that point you also can add things, like I might put a seashell right here. Okay, you might put a clamshell right here. You just have to look them up and see what they look like. And then I might draw where the water comes in. That's where the waves hit the ocean, the beach. And then I would put some lines that get closer and closer together the further they go back in the water. Then you will put things inside each ray that comes out from the ball that represent whatever theme you have. Now here I think I told you what each one of these were, and you just decide what you want to put there and how you want to do it. What I would do is Google pictures of what you want them to be, and determine which one you want to use. Like you could see where on this one I did sand buckets. So I look at it like it's a cylinder. And then I would put my handle on it too, and then I would draw them different, going in different angles. Like this might be the bottom of this one. And then I would fill up this whole ray with sand buckets, and they can go off the page. This one I had surfboards, so I would go through, or boogie boards, draw the shape of the boogie board. And then I would just continue filling that up on each ray. All right, once I've gotten to that point, I've got one that's sort of done over here. I wanted to show you how to use the markers. So I've got a cup of water with a paintbrush right here, and I've got several markers that I want to use. Let's see, I definitely want to use red this color for like sand. Maybe a little yellow, maybe a little brown. And I think some gray. Alright, so let's play with these colors a little bit. What I would do is have an extra piece of paper, okay? I'm going to just kind of play with what I want to do. If you look at this picture, this is not just truly white. It's got shades on it too. If you look at this, this is not truly red. It's got highlights on it too. There's different shades of red, different shades of blue, and different shades of gray, really, on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play with these and see what the colors look like once I put water on them. So I've got this peach color. It's called Sandy Tan. I'm going to put a little bit of this on there and see what color it comes out, and I kind of like that color. I've got brown, which is probably going to be too dark for anything, but I like the color that it makes out here. So I might pick up some color from this and put it on the paper. This gray kind of turns blue when you use it. It's like a gray blue. All right, blue just turns blue. If you put more water in it, it's gonna bleed more, and you'll see how light it gets. And I also have red right here too. I wouldn't worry if these markers are getting dry, because you're gonna bleed it out with water and it'll still look good. So I just want you to test it on another piece of paper so you can see what the colors look like. Now, what I want to do is take this, and I'll look at this while I'm doing it just so you can see what I'm looking at. I want to try to make this dark blue right here and get lighter. So we'll put dark blue right here and get lighter. So I'm going to color in using the side of my point, except for you can't see because my camera is not right there. Be neat with it when you're up against the line. Then I'm going to make it darker up here. So I'm going to just lightly shade this in right here, because I didn't cover it completely. So now I'm going to take the water and I'm going to paint away from the line, because I don't want my color to bleed into the next section. Because it will easily bleed. Don't use too much water, because you don't want to rub the paper away. Now I might go back and touch that up some. Now this part over here, I'm going to make it darker red down here, meaning I'm going to really color it in. And then I'm not too worried about making it too solid as I come up further. Okay, So I think I might take just a little bit of gray and just put a touch of it down here, down on the bottom. Now I'm going to take this and blend it. I'm going to blend this too. Just until it fills in all the white spaces. Because you don't want it to be completely even. You want it to look watercolorish. Now I want to do the brown part. So I'm going to use a little bit of this peach sandy tan. And I might put just a touch of it right here. And I'm drawing in the direction of that oval. And I'm going to take a little bit of gray and do the same thing. And then I'm going to take my water and blend what I just put on there. You want it to just kind of blend together here too. You want to do it while the marker is still wet so it'll blend. Okay. This might need just a little bit more because I feel like it needs to be shadowed up a little bit further. So you don't want to touch marker on wet paper. So make sure wherever you put the marker down, it's not already wet. I'm barely touching the paper, barely. I just wanted this texture to go a little bit further up. And I might let it dry and go back and do it some more if I feel like it needs it. Okay. Now for like the water and the beach. I think I'll use this sandy tan again. I'm coloring sideways to make it look like it's just sand. And then I think I'll take just a tiny bit of brown. And then blend this together. Okay. And now the water. I'm just going over my lines. It could have purple in it too if you'd like. I've got blue violet here. Actually, it's royal purple. I want to leave some white in there showing so it look like the caps, the wave caps. And then I'll just blend that. Notice my paint stroke, the marker strokes are horizontal, so that'll go toward like waves. Okay, so that kind of shows you how to use the marker. And then you decide what goes in here and then work towards that. Okay, and as you come up with your own patterns and stuff, I can work with you individually on how to draw it or paint it. See you next video.